Look, how many outfits, TVs, shoes, and wigs do you actually need? Tell me, do you have anything of real value? Like what? Houses, investments, bonds, stocks. Start ignoring what you've been taught. It's time to stop blaming everybody.
Okay, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Ruby Groves Clay, broker of Clay Realty Group and author of Get a Hold of Your Darn Finances. I am here with my trusty sidekick, Mr. Anthony Barnes.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
We like to call him AB for short because his name is so long. Hey, y'all. Hey, Anthony, why don't you give a shout out to everybody?
So I'm giving a shout out to everybody in St. Louis, especially and beyond.
Okay, you need to turn that volume up just a bit. I can't hardly hear you.
Oh, all right. Well, I can talk a little louder.
Uh, well, when you turned it up that time, it's kind of muttered just a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh no. But he has that sexy voice, y'all, don't he? He got that real deep, not Billy D.
Thank you,
Williams though,
Ruby.
but it's a sexy, deep voice. But anyway, y'all, we are closing out. Can y'all believe that? Um, It is the end of February. Wow. These
Yeah.
months are really going by fast. We in our last days as the Bible says, and everything is happening so fast. We got a lot going on in the world, a lot of shootings, a lot of accidents, unnecessary deaths. But we definitely want to keep a positive attitude, and you guys just need to stay safe. Just stay safe because we are, we can leave home and we may not come back home. Usually we used to say when a person goes on a trip, we love you and have a safe trip. Now we have to say that to people going to the grocery stores. We have to say it to people, to our people who are going uh, down the street, being careful when you're going out. It is very important, y'all, that you come home safe. What do you think, Anthony?
Yeah, I definitely think especially is important in this time and age because, in my opinion, the attitude the negative attitudes towards Black people are getting worse, and
Mm-hmm.
that has to do with a lot of things. It's Black History Month, but right now it looks like in red states they don't even want to partly cover Black history.
Say that last part. I didn't hear
And
that part.
when people don't know people, if they don't know their history, if they don't know about us, then it's easier to not see us as human beings, not see us as valuable, not see us as truly American, or to see us as others.
Okay. Okay. So y'all, just because the people, has said that, they've given us 1 month. I remember
Right.
Morgan Freeman was being interviewed by someone, and they commented on Black History Month, and Morgan Freeman turned around and asked him, "Well, what month did they give for y'all, or what month did they give for the people of Jewish descent?" And he said, "Well, I don't recognize Black History Month." He said he was like, "To me, every day is Black History. So to give us a month," he said, "pretty much you're insulting my intelligence. Don't give us a month."
Well,
So,
see, there's the hashtag on Twitter, Black History is American History. Um, and the only reason we focus on Black history is because for a long time, Black history doesn't seem to really have been recognized as being a part of American history.
mm, true.
So
And
they
they're
would kind
still
of
not trying to
skip over that
recognize.
in schools and not cover it the way it should be
Yeah,
covered.
they're still trying to kick us out, kick
Yeah,
us out of history. However,
right.
we are the backbone of history, of American history. So how can you exclude the very race that this world was created on, this foundation. If it had it
And the
not been
Bible
for
makes it clear that
us,
the first people was us.
exactly, had it not been for us, you know, you wouldn't have, this world wouldn't be as far as it is now. You know, black people has we have invented many of the inventions that are out here. Black people invented them. The only disadvantage to that is that we could not patent anything. We
Yeah,
could not own anything because we were considered as being non-existent.
right.
We
It's being 3/5 of a person.
exactly, exactly.
Or, fine.
We weren't.
And so we know a certain amount of things that black people have invented that
Mhm.
they were able to tease out of history, to find out. But how
Exactly.
about the inventions that black people probably never got credit for?
That is exactly correct. That is
Who knows how
exactly
many of
correct.
those there are?
Hmm. And uh we have to, keep this going. This just cannot stop just because the month of February is ending. We still have to celebrate us, our race, and most importantly, we need to empower each other, and support each other, support Black businesses. So next, we're going to be starting a segment that is coming up on the show, whereas we are going to be promoting businesses. So we're going to be doing businesses of the week, y'all. Um, I'm going to be going out and talking to people, and we are going to be pumping up our own businesses, because
Right.
that's what we should do. We should support each other. You know, I hear a lot of us say that, when one person does us wrong, whether it's what a person in a profession, they say, well, I'm not going to deal with Black people. Well, you know what? There are a lot of Caucasian and other races out there that mess up too. So don't count us out. You ask your friend and your families for referrals, because there are good contractors out here. There are good realtors out here, y'all. Realtors sell houses too. We help our people find grant money. We help you. We represent you well. And in many instances, I've had phone calls whereas a person was represented by another race, Caucasian, and they did not represent them well. It was all about the money. So make sure that we are, choosing people that are going to represent us. What do y'all think? Why don't y'all uh, comment? I would love to hear some comments. I see that people are liking what we're talking about, but come on and comment on the subject, because we just can't throw our race away. We were always prominent. What do you think, AB?
Definitely.
Okay,
And we can't let anybody throw it away.
exactly.
I
What
mean, we
about
have to fight, we have to march, we have to protest.
yes?
Um, every effort to roll back things back to an era that might be ideal for, let's say, white supremacists, but not necessarily ideal for us.
Mhm.
So we need to and keep American, Black history in American history, and we have to expand it and make sure it's taught in more schools
Yes.
as opposed to less.
And you know what? I'm sorry, y'all. What we should not be dependent upon the schools to teach
Mm-hmm.
our children about their heritage. This has to come
Amen.
from within. This has to come from within the household. You
All
know,
right.
if you don't know your Black history, enroll your baby in a class. If
Right.
they don't want to teach it in the schools, okay. Um, we pretty much got together, in the basements. We can go out to um Starbucks. We can go and congregate and still empower and enrich each other. We don't need, even if they try to keep it out of all the schools, who cares? We should be still uh, teaching it to our children outside of that arena. What do you think, AB?
Amen to that. I mean, if you have to, you know, um, go to the library with them, make a day of it or make a weekend of it. And go to the library, check out some books.
Okay.
Maybe you can even get with your local libraries and see if you can organize some type of events,
Exactly. Hey,
or something, because they do allow us to rent out rooms and stuff. I've done that before,
and they're
where,
free.
right,
And they're free. You can go and put your name and reserve a room at the library, and then do an event on like Eventbrite or Evite, and
right,
bring people to you and teach. There's nothing wrong with teaching. We are supposed to be a testimony. We are supposed to be giving back. So if you are proficient in you have skills, you are supposed to you're not supposed to die with those talents inside of you. You are supposed to pass them on to the next generation. What do you think, AB?
amen. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, because they say those who do not know history are bound to repeat it, and Lord knows, we don't need to repeat a lot of American history, especially for us.
Yeah, so we got,
Whew.
and so y'all don't be afraid to speak out uh and speak up. And a lot of our kids, they are being incarcerated. So we need to, some people need to step up for, to be mentors. A lot of the kids are coming from a broken family, but that doesn't mean that we can't step up and help. Okay. So, don't think, they just need a little love. They just need a little discipline or whatever. They may not be getting that at home, but, you could get through to just one man. If one of us reached one of these youths, then just think we can impact them in large numbers. What do you think, AB?
Amen to that. I mean, each one teach one, but
Yes.
each one can teach more than one.
Yes.
They say that. But
Yes, that
we
is
can
true.
actually, one person can teach a whole lot of people. They just have to step out on faith and make that move,
That
do
is right.
whatever they need to do.
So, what class are you going to be teaching? Uh-huh. Look at him
I'd have
talking
to
that
think about
stuff.
that one.
Oh, but you know what? But you know what? Anthony, he does. He usually accompanies me when we are doing events, and
Yeah,
he's always there when we're doing our online classes. So I can't really throw him up under the bus because he's always doing something, and he's putting his input and his professionalism on everything. Okay, y'all. Another thing about Black history is that I just do not want it to be isolated to Black history. Is Black money matters. Okay, y'all.
right,
Our money matters just like our lives.
right,
And the thing about it is, we got to get a hold of our finances, because if we as a group we get a hold of that money. Y'all, it's about economics. I don't care what goes on. In order to pull our race up, we need to get a hold of the money, because if
right,
we can get a hold of our finances and start helping one another, opening our own businesses, we start to patronize our own businesses. We can make a difference in our communities. You were meant to do something great, more than what you're doing now. And like I said, and I always preach this on the show, I preach it in real life, is that the one thing that stops us from doing anything, buying a house, buying a car, is that credit. You are supposed to guard that credit with your life. Okay, credit is nothing but a game, and I'm going to be teaching you how to play that game. Okay, so order my credit boosting kit, and I am going to be hosting. I'm working on collaborating with one of the churches, and we are going to be doing weekly meetings at least for a month to help at least 1,000 people get a hold of their credit.
Right.
Credit is the one thing that's going to follow you throughout your life. Aren't you tired of somebody telling you no when you want to do something? You want to go buy that house, you want to go buy that car, and somebody saying no, or you got to put down 8 to 10, $15,000. Really? Okay, so let's stop just spending that money on frivolous stuff, or you and you still got these problems that are existing because they're not going anywhere, y'all. Credit is going to follow you for your life, and you got to get it together then so you can teach your kids how to manage money. Because if something happens to you and you haven't taught your children about money, guess what? They are going to squander their inheritance. If you're going to leave them an insurance policy, that house, that car, they're not going to know how to deal with that. So we got to teach the kids how to deal with this money, y'all. And we got to learn as adults ourselves as to how to deal with this money. What do you think, Abby?
I think that the more of us are economically empowered, the more of us have our finances under control, successful in life,
Mm-hmm.
um, we can be contributors to Black history in a positive way ourselves.
Yes.
If we have, our things together.
Yes, we got to get our stuff together, y'all. We can't be raggedy because that's what they expect. And that's how they take advantage. That's how more people go to the bank on our race than any other race. Any other race. They come down in our neighborhoods, the uh, Asian community, the Arab communities, they come in our neighborhoods, they open their stores, and they milk our resources without giving anything back. Okay. So, my
Not
thing
even
about
one.
it,
I don't know if they've even opened one playground.
say that again.
I don't even know if they've opened one playground in the hood.
No, they don't. They don't. No, they send their money back to
Right.
their countries, to their communities, and 9 times out of 10, they're coming down in the neighborhood, in our neighborhoods, and they're living out in Creve Court, out in Wildwood, out in the more affluent areas. Okay,
Right.
y'all. So let's get this together. When you going up there buying hair and all of that, have you seen that one beauty supply house on Dr. Martin Luther King and King's Highway? They were in the Roberts, uh, the little strip mall. Remember where the old Andy Worm was, and the service station that was on the corner? Guess what? They built a beauty supply house. They have built that house. So our resources, y'all buying hair and all these other things, we've financed their way of living, that they are building buildings in our neighborhoods. Okay, we can do that too.
Right.
We can
I
do
mean, if
that
we're
too.
going to school for if a lot of our African American women are going to cosmetology school,
Yes,
and it's good to learn how to fix hair and work in a salon, but we
yes, my
have to,
daughter did my hair.
also think about owning a salon.
Yes,
And with your expertise in cosmetology, you could easily open the same kind of hair supply places and beauty places they do because you know the industry.
that is true. And I know they
So aim high.
I know they kind of got that industry kind of locked down with the vendors or whoever they get their supplies to. But you know what? If we stop buying from them, we can force them to let us into that industry. But
Right.
women, we got to do it as a whole. I mean, a handful of us is going to take all of us. So even if
Right.
we got to go natural for a year or two, you know what? To make them open that door to us, man, just think. Okay, with one just imagine this being a piece of a stick. One stick will break easily, but I don't have a whole bunch of them. But if you combine a whole bunch of sticks, it is power. It is power in our dollars, y'all. And that's what we need to stand on that and come together a whole lot more. What do you think, AB?
Definitely. Pool our resources.
Yes.
When they came together and they did the Montgomery boycott, Montgomery bus boycott,
Yes.
um, a lot of people probably felt like, well, we'll always be in the back of the bus. But once they banded together and
Yes.
they stopped riding those buses, they was able to ride the front of the bus, the middle of the bus. And it's the same way with all these hair supply places and these beauty
Yes.
salon places. If
If
we combine our power,
mm-hmm.
we don't have to just always buy from them. We can buy from us.
Yes, I think it's a African American beauty supply house in South St. Louis. I'm going to make sure that I get
Patronize it.
that address, and we are going to be pumping up that store over there
We
because
can go
it,
over there, yeah.
huh?
But we can definitely go by there and talk to the
Yeah,
people and go by
yeah.
there and do
So
something.
on the next show, I'm going to be putting on the website Black businesses and
Right.
and for you guys to patronize Black businesses. I'm gonna put it on Clay Realty's website as well as get a hold of your Dorn Finances website, and we are going to start pumping up African American businesses. We have to support each other. So what do you
And
think, AB?
we can also support businesses that are African American friendly,
Yes,
that have lots of
African.
employees
Yes,
or do well in the black communities, actually contribute. We can pump those because it's not just about black. It's about not just about us. It's about our allies too.
it's about our allies. That is a great point, But me, I'll be thinking kind of straight. But hey, he is making an excellent point. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If we know of some companies that are not treating us right, then let's shut them down. Simple
Right.
as that. Shut them
And
down.
build up
Boycott
those that are
them.
doing good, that are doing right by
That's
us,
right. They're not
and as
if they're
well as encourage us to open our own business.
and open our own. My thing about it is why, you know what? I love this one movie. It'll come back to me. The Vernon Jones story, and
Mhm.
James Earl Jones played in that movie, and it was so profound. He came right before Dr. Martin Luther King to Ebenezer Baptist Church, and he got all kind of feedback. I mean pushback and beat up and everything. But the one thing that he started, he was like, here it is. They didn't even want to touch our hands to take our money, but we're spending our money in their stores.
Right.
And that kind of resonates today. We are spending our money in the Asian stores and the Arab stores, and what are they putting back into our communities? What are they
Right.
doing for us and our people? They are watching us, and bleeding us. So
Right.
we started gotta be a little more conscious at where we're spending that black dollar. Okay, because
Right.
black money does matter. If it didn't matter, they would not come down to our neighborhoods. They would not be sending us doing advertisement. They would not be appealing to us. Okay. And also,
Right.
next week I'm going to play a video. I think his name was is his name Akron? He was a basketball player, and he gave a profound interview
Wow.
about uh what he does with his money. He was like, he doesn't buy all these uh he doesn't spend 50 and $60,000 on a watch. He said He said a cheap watch tells time just like that $50,000 watch does. So,
Exactly.
I mean, he was like when he came on the scene, he was like he was using his wisdom and his knowledge that was passed down to him from his parents cuz he was like he didn't need to spend all his money. He took his money back to his neighbor, his communities, and he started building his people,
Right.
providing resources for his people. So, oh, I'm gonna make sure that we bring that on and talk about that. What do you think, AB? So we're gonna keep it
I think
going.
it's I think it's absolutely wonderful if a black person makes it,
Yes,
becomes wealthy, and they do something like go back into black neighborhoods, see the houses that can
yes,
be fixed up and fix them up, and tear down the ones that don't need to be that are just lost causes, and then maybe provide some affordable housing to people in those neighborhoods.
I keep looking to the left because he's on the Zoom. He's on a Zoom call, y'all. He's
Right.
still
Because
he's
I mean, all of us, most of us, a lot of us has been in black neighborhoods and seen houses like, wow, that's a really nice looking house.
yes,
And if somebody would just fix it up, and sometimes they'd be like multi-dwelling houses, like 5 or 6 apartments somebody could get out of that, and it's just sitting there.
yes, and we got some black people. Oh,
And people are looking for affordable housing every day.
mm, I walked into some houses, y'all. Whereas, hey, these black women can decorate their tails off. I mean, they
Hmm.
are fabulous. So whoever has abilities to decorate and everything, hey, give me a call so we can pump up your show. And also, y'all, on the screen now, don't forget to order a copy of my book, Get a Hold of Your Darn Finances. This book, oh, we worked, it's been 7 years and it's just now coming to fruition. But this book, when I went into the library, I didn't, I saw books on financial literacy, but they were like over my head. You needed a dictionary to be able to understand what was being said. So I
Right.
got mad and I wrote a book about finances, and I'm taking you on an easy bus ride. And we're talking about the problems. We're talking about money. We're talking about investment. We're talking about purpose, vision, tithes, offering. And you know what? Everything happens on a bus ride. And you're going to meet people just like you, Miss Latina, the woman with the long weave. You know, we got
Right.
representations from every every race in this book. And I need your help. Okay, just like I'm going to be patronizing, just like I patronize my African American businesses, I need help too because financial literacy, if we do not teach our youths as well as our adults need a refresher course. Maybe you were taught and maybe you just went haywire when you started making all that money, but we need to reel it back in and we need to get a hold of this money, y'all. It's very
Right.
important that we do this. Okay, what do you think, AB?
Very important. Very important. Very
Mm,
important.
God is so important. Okay, you were meant to do great things, and you know where you are now. Those are the skills and talents that you will need. And God wants you to do something else with those things. It's something else that you're supposed to do. You and I are Esther's and Joseph's, and we are supposed to be there and be able to pull our people up a notch. So don't be afraid also to step out on your faith and do what God is telling you to do because it's something that you're supposed to be doing. So don't be afraid. You may be alone, you may not have the support, but there's usually going to be one or two people that God is going to send to you that's going to be able to help you with your goals. So don't be afraid. Write that book. Um, invent whatever. We are inventors, y'all. It's in our DNA. What do you think, AB?
Yes, I mean, there's all kind of talents that's in our community. There's nothing that none of us can do. I mean,
Mm.
there's nothing that we can't do
There's
if we
nothing
put
we
our
can do,
mind to it.
y'all.
And some people may like to put us down and whatever, but it's just unrealized potential. It's
Exactly.
just it's just something we haven't done yet.
Don't accept no. No is not an option. And you know
Right.
what? I'm sitting here saying this, but hey, y'all, it took us 7 years to really kick off this book. 7. And I looked around and I was like, it's been 7 years. I was like, oh my God, because it started when we were working at College Hill, right, AB? And it's been
Yep.
7 years since this project, and it's finally coming. And seven is a great number, y'all. That's a that number means completion. So I am so happy and looking forward to definitely getting it out there. And again, get your credit boosting kit. We're going to. I'll announce it later on in the week where I'm going to be on Saturday and talking. So if you want to come out and speak to me, if you want information in regards to buying a house, selling your house, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you. Again, if you want to purchase a copy of the book, purchase a copy of the book, and let's get the word out. Financial literacy is very important to our communities, y'all. It's important to everything that we do. So like I said, we just jumped on here to pretty much talk about Black History Month and to keep it going. Don't let it stop. This
Not
is
just 1 month a year, but
yeah,
every month a year.
yeah.
Every month a year.
It's us, y'all. It's us. It's all about
Find a
us.
way to lift us, promote our businesses,
Yes,
encourage each other, every day.
yes, yes. As I said, we will be the for the month of March. We're going to be trying to feature a business every week, but next week's business that we are going to be featuring is Copy That Creative Solutions. It is an African American owned business. A good friend of mine, Fred and Carolyn Sherrard, they are the owners of this establishment, as
Oh,
well as the other one, Popcorn. It's a popcorn something. It was a popcorn something, but
oh, everybody loves popcorn,
what
right?
was it? What
I
was it?
said, is it a popcorn place?
It was yeah. They do popcorn too.
Oh,
They have
okay.
the husband Fred, he opened up a they opened up a popcorn business where they cater events and all of that. So we are going to be featuring them. We're going to bring them on the show and have them talk about their businesses because they're Jamaican because they got about 5 businesses. But we're going to pump them all up for them because we want them to do well. We want them to succeed. So y'all, we just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit and keep your head up. I know things may not look bright. Um, you're going through, inflation is getting you, but you know what? I'm going to be holding some budgeting classes too. So, hey, if you want to come out and I show you how to do a budget to get a hold of those finances, no problem. That's what I'm supposed to do other than sell real estate is still to give back and to pull each other up. Anthony, you got any last words before we get out of here?
Okay. Just keep fighting, stay in the fight. Don't get discouraged.
Yes, don't get
I know right
discouraged.
now things are looking kind of dark, especially if you're living in a state like Florida,
Mm,
where they are really cracking down on teachers, pulling books from schools.
yeah.
Uh, Basically, if the books don't conform to what DeSantis thinks is beneficial to whites, they pull the book.
Mm,
Or if it's not if it doesn't conform to what he thinks is good for straight people, he pulls the book. Basically, it's just a situation of intolerance, not only in Florida but other states where they're making policies that go against minorities, all kinds of minorities, and I'm including the LGBTQ plus community, who are children of God too. and
Okay.
deserve to be treated with compassion and respect and understanding too.
Yes. Okay,
You know,
y'all. So we're gonna get out of here. Be safe. And don't forget to pray. Hey, put some. You gotta bless. You gotta pray on everybody. You gotta
amen.
bless them babies and put your hands on them babies and ask God to keep a shield of protection around them because it was a time we were sending our kids to school thinking that it was a safe haven, but at
Mhm.
any moment somebody can not make good judgment and can hurt the babies. So make sure you keep them safe and just stay positive and just stay woke most of all. Okay, y'all.
Stay engaged with your schools, especially if you
Yes.
got schools. If you
Yes.
got kids, make sure you participate in PTA, parents
Yes.
teachers conference, and stuff like that. Know
Participate.
what's happening.
Don't depend on these teachers to teach your children. Okay, you have a responsibility because as you can see, they only want to teach them half of the truth, their
Right,
truth. So
right.
you got to stay woke and be able and take some kind of interest in your kids.
And
Okay.
sometimes good teachers need help.
Yeah, and they
There's some
need
teachers
help,
out there
y'all.
that spend their money,
They need
hard-earned
more
money,
money.
getting children supplies and stuff like that.
That's
And
right.
parents need to also think if this is a good teacher that my child loves and
Yes.
whatever, I should be supportive. I should go up there and see if I can do anything to help.
Mm. And we're gonna have a segment with teachers come in too, and they can
Mhm.
call in and comment on the conditions at school or what they're
Right.
not happy with, and it'll be totally anonymous. Um, and we want to know what's going on with them because they're overworked, and underpaid.
And under
When I
siege.
when I
In some
first
states,
found
because they're literally being let go
yeah.
because they teach something that somebody like DeSantis doesn't want them to teach.
Yeah, these are
They
these are
get
these
fired
these men and women are, they have
on
our
the front lines.
they're dealing with our most precious cargoes, our kids
Mhm.
and our grandkids. So we want to make sure that they're okay.
Right.
But definitely, y'all stay safe. Uh, watch watch that money. Don't be going out here doing all of this frivolous spending. We are in
Right.
a recession. I don't care what nobody says. Look at what's going on. We are in a recession. Okay.
Well, it's like
So,
it because the food prices are really high. So you
yes,
definitely feel under the gun when you go to that
you
grocery
feel the
store.
pinch. And if you don't get a hold of this money, then it can sink you. Okay. It can sink you. So,
And they just ended those extra SNAP benefits too. They're
they
going
what?
to end like March the
Yeah.
1st.
They ended some SNAP
So
benefits. Yeah. That end
so
tomorrow,
this is a
right?
really good time to learn how to budget your money,
Yes.
count for every dime because
Every
uh,
dime.
they're
Thank
not
you,
making it. They're not making
Jesus.
things any easy. The government.
He is preaching to the choir, y'all. They preaching to
Man,
me.
it's
Yes,
a good time to be able to count for every dime.
you need to know where every dime of that money is going. So hey, like I said, we're gonna be doing budget classes. We're trying to map out our schedules and we're gonna be getting out these events, and I want to see people show up and show out. Okay, y'all have a blessed day, night, and stay safe. Keep them babies and safe. Keep yourselves safe, and we will talk to you on the next show.
Look, how many outfits, TVs, shoes, and wigs do you actually need? Tell me, do you have anything of real value? Like what? Houses.